Hello everyone, Fluffy here, back with another mukbang. I know it's been a couple of days, but I didn't want to film again until I was feeling much better. And while some stressors have been alleviated, others have arisen, and that's just life, right? So I'm feeling really good today. A little sore, but that comes with you warriors know that just comes, that's par for the course, rather. So today, what I have for you, I've been wanting to do it, and I think I mentioned it one of my mukbangs is spam masubi. I think it's called, and what it is I believe it is a Hawaiian dish. I've had it a couple of times, have never made it. The one thing that I am missing is the teriyaki sauce, but I usually save my dipping sauce and stuff from other projects, and so I have a little bit of soy sauce with the rice wine vinegar that I already poured some of it over the spam, but we'll see how it goes. I'll show you what I have today. So it's going to go in the masubi. These are like nori sheets. The wife likes to take them to work. Uh, they're pre-cut, and she can put this in a Ziploc bag. Anything that you take on the prison has to be in clear containers because it has to be inspectable, and so she can take it like this and put it in a sandwich bag, and then they don't crush, and she just likes eating them just like that, like a snack. So that's kind of what they look like, and hopefully they'll hold up and they're not too dry. I didn't buy them fresh. We've had them for a while. Thought I was going to have a mukbang, but I put some rice in there for him. I know he's hungry, and I put some rice in them. I say I cheat, but he smells this, and so he doesn't want that. So I'm not sure if I'll move it. It looks kind of gross. But this is what the package comes like, and we buy them in like packs of 6 or 8, usually whatever's on sale, and as long as it says roasted on there, so they're pre-roasted. So what I have to get, and then there's the rice that goes on the masubi, and then of course the spam. What I have are as side dishes, I don't know if I should call them banchan because this is not a Korean dish, but I have some more kimchi, and I noticed that it's starting to sour. The juice is getting thick, so this might be the last time that I can eat it just like this, and which I'm okay with because I'll just put the crap in a soup. Okay. Another thing that we have is kimbap. It's kind of like Korean sushi, but not sushi. I get it from the Omart, and it's like a whole roll. What I don't like what they're doing now is these suckers used to cost like $1.05, and then slowly they were going up in price. And now because they've got the fancy packaging, and then they have a few pieces of pickle radish, they're like $2.99. Okay, but they're still a good bargain because this one's got. They usually have the beef in there. And that looks like that right there looks that dark spot up here looks like beef bulgogi. That's normally what they put in here because most everybody likes the beef bulgogi. So um, one of the other HEB, they have a sushi area where they make it fresh in front of you, and you get like 5 of these, maybe 4 or 5 pieces, and you don't get you get ginger, pickled ginger, and like a little dollop of wasabi, and for only like 4 and 5 pieces, you pay $6 and $7. The California rolls are what's like $7, and they're only 4 or 5 pieces. So all in all, it's a better bargain. I guess what's irritating to me is I know they upped the price just for the fancy packaging. So it kind of worked out for me because I think a lot of people are having a problem with the price. So normally, if you don't go in the morning to Omart, then you don't get them. But when I went, my mom took me to dinner there yesterday, and they were still there as of like 5 o'clock, and that's just totally unheard of. So I was able to buy a couple. So anyway, without further ado, let's get started. Done enough BSing. This is mukbang, so get on and eat. So I don't know how to attack this. Well, I guess the first thing I'm going to do is have one of these. Now, they say there's rules for eating Korean food. Like when you're eating noodles, you never break the noodles with your teeth, and I'm working on that. I'm getting better. That's why they're always so long. But then some of the cool ones, they give you scissors so that you can cut it up. So I don't know if it's just ramen noodles and japchae noodles, or because they do give you scissors with that. So I don't know. And the other one is that the way you eat sushi or the gimbap is you put the whole thing in your mouth. You don't bite it in half. So here we go. I'm an expert at this. So Mm, 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 mm. It's really weird because my wife, she really likes all the ingredients, even the seaweed, because this is the same as this, but she doesn't care for them. She really doesn't care for them because I don't put these in the fridge, even though they've got the beef in there. I brought these home yesterday, and I didn't put them in the fridge because rice tends to get hard in the fridge, and then they don't taste right. So, haven't gotten sick yet. I'm hoping today won't be the first time. This rice came out a little watery today. Oh, it's a rice cooker. I usually do perfect, but for some reason today it didn't work out. All right, so what we do, what this is, and I'm going to cut this in half. I'm going to try to be dainty today. Then you take some rice. Everybody knows what spam masubi is, don't they? And a piece of this. You can fold it in half. Now, there's different ways to wrap it. Ow, ow, ow. Did I mention I didn't cook the spam that long ago, so everything's still hot. What I'll do, normally, you'd put a little teriyaki sauce in between the rice and the spam, but I don't have any, so I'm just going to dip it in this and see what happens. Not bad, not bad. And I think I cooked the spam too long. I don't think you're supposed to. You're supposed to warm it up. The spam is cooked, isn't it? Well, I hope so, because sometimes I eat spam right out of the can. While I'm cooking it, I'll cut me a big chunk and chew on it. Um, oh, that was good. Um, anyway, my microphone came in. I told you somebody critiqued me and said that maybe my sound was off a little bit. So, especially for the note, it was on a no talk, and so I ordered me a speaker, a microphone, rather, and that's what it looks like close up. I forgot I didn't show you the spam or anything close up. That's what it looks like. The masubi taco. Anyway, I got it in, plugged it in. It's supposed to be plug and play, and the other end is USB, so I knew that would be really easy, but it didn't increase the sound at all. And I did some tests, and to me, it sounded just like if I do it on the computer. So I got it from Walmart.com. I know somebody's probably saying, well, that's your first mistake, but I don't have a lot of cash, so I had to go cheap. So it didn't work out. So now I have to take it back. And at first it said problems with it go online. I'm like, oh my God, I got to mail it in. I got to mail it back. But it says that if you have a local Walmart near you, then you can do the exchange there or the refund there. So probably tomorrow. I really don't feel like going out today. It's 2:50 p.m. and the temperature is set on hell right now. So, and then after I do this mukbang, I'm really not going to want to go out anywhere. So, yes, I'm being a horrible person and having Diet Pepsi today. Look, there's my Rainforest Cafe. Have y'all ever been to Rainforest Cafe? It's very cool inside. Expensive as all get out, but um, very cool. So if you ever have the opportunity to go. Now, I was only going to stick to one soda because you know they're not good for us 5-year people, but I like this stuff with a soda. And I was going to have a soda, but you saw where I started off right there. Well, the other part of the can was over here, and I've got so much crap over here that something fell. I'm like, oh my God, what was it? And then it took me a minute to realize that it was my can of soda. And thank goodness for me that it fell into the trash can. So I thought I was going to have a cleanup on my hands, but thank goodness that it dumped right into the thingy. So now I'm going to have 1.5 sodas, so I'm just going to have to live with it. And then I've got to back up. I really was only planning on having one because, see, I have a full thing of water that I was going to use had I needed a drink past the 1 glass of soda. So anyway, so everything's been okay, I guess. I griped the last mukbang about my grandmother, my mother, and that whole passing of her friend and everything. And let's see if I can just get some of that on there. See, I think that's better. I'm sorry, I'm just all blocking. Stupid soda. Um, so I ended up calling her Friday and talked to her for a little bit, see how she was doing, because she had said that she hated not hearing from me so often, and so she said if you'll just call and update me on what's going on with you, So I called her Friday and to ask her what she was doing Saturday, and I said I wanted to come over. She said sure. I don't know what changed her mind, but I told her, well, I'm feeling a little better than the beginning of the week. Kind of hinted about, the memorial. That was the only little hint. I said, well, I'm feeling better than the beginning of the week. So if I feel tomorrow, meaning Saturday, then I feel good today, then I'll come see you tomorrow. Because this was later in the evening, and my mother's 74, so she goes to bed early. I said I'd like to come see you tomorrow. She said sure, and then she said, but Diana, if you can't make it, that's okay. Which I was shocked. But I was able to make it, and then she treated me out to Omar. That was fun. So, yeah. Still edible like this. I mean, some Koreans can eat it after it's sour. I noticed when Mommy Tang eats her mother-in-law's kimchi that it's turned and she can still eat it. So, as I eat more and more of it as the years go by, I can eat it like this, just a little bit more sour, because even this little bit of sour before, when I first started eating kimchi, I couldn't eat it. Before I knew the key ingredient for kimchi soup was sour kimchi, I used to throw it away. Can you believe that? I know. I'm such a bad fake Korean. I say fake because I'm not Korean at all, but I love the food. But, because I would make the kimchi soup with fresh kimchi. And anytime I would make it, it came close to what the restaurants serve. And I always kept thinking, there's something in there that they're putting in there that they're not saying. And some of the jobs that I've had, non-security, non-TDC, there was always Koreans there, and they were always blown away by the fact that I loved Korean food so much, especially kimchi and kimchi soup, because a lot of people don't know about the kimchi soup. So they would bring me stuff all the time to eat and to try. And so I would tell them about my kimchi soup not tasting right, and I would always ask them, "What do you put in yours? What do you?" And one of them suggests adding onions, so I do that sometimes now, but that wasn't it. And different things. You put kimchi in there, and I'm like, "Yeah, is it sour?" I'm like, "No." So, but I don't like sour kimchi, and they kind of give me a look, and then I try to make it again, put the onions in there, and still. And then one day, now I usually buy the medium jars of the kimchi. Unless me and my daughter grub on it. The last time we bought the big old hunkin' jar, it's a real big jar. So it was just me liking it at the time, and I bought me a really gigantic jar. And I managed to get halfway through it, eating it like this, and then it got sour. And I kept thinking, this is just too much kimchi to just toss out. So I decided to make the kimchi soup with the sour kimchi. If I don't like the cabbage, I said, I can always throw it away, pick out the meat and stuff, and just make the kimchi. Well, that was it. That was the key ingredient that was missing, that the kimchi was not sour. Um, if you don't think you like sour kimchi because it smells really bad and you tasted it and it had that really strong vinegary taste in your mouth when you boil it to make the soup out of it. Even if, like, my suggestions to put the kimchi in your ramen water, um, when you're heating up the water and everything, put some kimchi in there and boil it. Once you boil it, it gets rid of that real vinegary taste. There's going to be a tang in your soup, but that you love. I mean, like a lot of soups have. I'm telling you, cooking it changes the taste. So what has everybody been up to? I think Friday was the last time that I posted those 2 videos. I don't know. I don't know about filming 2 in one day. I don't want the videos to seem rushed or thrown together. This took a while planning. See if I can get him to eat the rest of that. It's a little shit. I'll probably just eat the rice out of it. Starting to learn my game, I think. Not you we'll have a doggy mukbang. Just have your dogs watch it. It's ASMR because I can hear him. If that's just too much, let me know and I won't do that ever again. I watch my videos several times from time to time. One, to remind myself of what I talked about. Just to see, overall what it's looking like. And, I'm still, how many views? How many views? Oh my God, I'm up to. But, and one of the things that I noticed that I adjust myself a lot, I kind of moved my head and I thought, people are going to think I have some kind of nervous affliction above and beyond the fibro, and I don't. It's just that I really, really, really hate this reflection. So I know if that I move my head a certain way, that you can see my eyes. And I don't know if that's important to you, but it's important to me. Because somebody can look you straight in your eye, that's a good person, and I'm a good person, I think. So I kind of get weirded out by the fact that there's this perpetual glare in my glasses, and I just don't know how to get rid of it. Anyway, did I ever finish about the microphone? Did I? Anyway, I like the kitchen setup, and the last time I did it, I didn't do it because we had gone to the store. Kitchen table is our catch-all for everything, so it's kind of sad, but it's a big undertaking to clear off that kitchen table. But I've got a lot of it cleared off, but I kind of don't want to use it, and only because I'll be sitting so far away, and even during, a regular mukbang like this and not an ASMR, people still watch for the noises, the sounds. So that's so far away, you know what I mean? And so I'm just concerned that you won't be able to hear me until I get the new microphone. So my old couch, you just have to come sit with me on my couch and not the kitchen table. Whew. The starch from the rice is on the spoon, and so it held a lot of that soy sauce. Woo! Boo boo, did you eat it all? Are you full, boo boo? Hmm? Sito, are you full? Yeah? Was it good? Mm-hmm. Little Caesars, and I know it's for the humans, but they have what they call a breakfast blend. It's got meat and supposedly egg in there. He likes that one. So I didn't know how rice would factor in there. Oh, you fiber warriors, I looked up that article, or I tried to find that article about, they say that fibro starts in the gut, and it had to have been a suggested post, an advertisement, because it's disappeared off my feed. So I'm thinking that we're trying to sell, you know, because we do get leaky gut, but I mean, I'm not a medical guy, medical person, but I think they're playing on the fact that we all have such bad tummy issues, both on opposite ends of the spectrum, that they were going to try to, I don't know. I can't say that. Maybe it is in the gut. Like I said before, maybe it is a miracle pill, and I'm living with it still because I refuse to believe the advertisement and not buy it. I think the more you cook them, the saltier they get. Got Mount Rushmore on my face. Makeup! What the hell? 53 years old and I still get zits. That's just, I don't know. Used my cart the other day for the first time. Remember I told you my daughter bought me a little wagon for my hauling groceries. I'm having problems with my phone. This is not a cheap phone. That doesn't mean I'm bragging. That means it's pissing me off that crap ain't working. It's very irritating to me. Because when you pay money for something, let's see if I can't. So I don't know how to put pictures on here because this picture is not on there. So, you know me and editing and stuff. So, can you see it? All that white stuff on top is the groceries still in there. And then this is what it looks like folded up. Can you see it? There we go. That's what it looks like folded up. How small it is. And I really like it. It did really well. It held quite a bit. Um, Very salty. I think I cooked the Spam too much. So at the Omar, and I'm laughing because of what happened yesterday when me and my mom went on my wife's last day off, which was Wednesday. We went to Omar for lunch. Yes, I can eat there every day. It did not bother me that my mother took me yesterday and I had barely gone Wednesday. Ow. Just dropped my roll of toilet paper and I tried to grab it and got the edge of the couch. Ow. Didn't break the nail though. Anyway, on Wednesday we go. There's this guy, it's this older gentleman, and he's really, really scraggly looking. Even working there, I'm very surprised that they allow him to dress that way, especially yesterday. I mean, he looked like he just got back from working underneath cars. Okay, I'm not expecting people to dress pristine because people don't have the money for that. But he looks really like, seriously. But anyway, he started off at Omar as security. He had the T-shirt that said security, and he'd walk around the store and stuff. And I don't know what made him lose that position because now he doesn't have that shirt anymore. He dresses real scraggly, and he basically pushes carts. But now, there's nothing wrong with a cart pusher. They serve a purpose. It's hard work, especially in the heat. So please don't think that I'm saying that security is better than cart pushers. What I'm saying is he got moved from that security position to a cart person position for some reason. What I know is one night or evening I go in and I'm in uniform. Um, had to have been in service because you work 8 to 4, 8 to 5, because otherwise I worked 2 to 10 and they don't close. They're closed by 10. By the time I get into town, it's 11. But anyway, I go in there and I'm in uniform. He starts following me around the store. And at one point, you know how even Walmart has those open freezers, the chest freezers, where it looks like a giant little hole, you know what I mean? Stands up and looks like a chest freezer with no doors, and you just reach in and get bags of frozen food. Well, I was looking at the dumplings. Well, not 3 feet, well, okay, 6, 7 feet away is the refrigerated section, where it goes like almost floor to ceiling. And it had all the rice cakes there, just different bags of stuff. He's leaning and not even trying to hide the fact. He's leaning with his arms crossed, staring at me. And so I kind of look up at him, and I saw him before, like he was following me around, and I kind of looked at him and nodded at him. He just gave me that look like this. I kind of chuckled because I'm thinking, okay, really? So I didn't say anything. I just kept shopping. Well, he just happened to pop up everywhere I was. But I was looking for specific things. I wanted some ramen. I wanted some rice cakes. And then I went to the dumplings. And so I'm looking around and I look up at him and he's doing that scowl and he's, you know, acting like Billy Badass, pretty much. I'm thinking, do you not see me in this uniform? And I'm not saying that there are not some dirty officers, but I gave no indication that I was trying to hide anything. I was very out in the open, you know. So I look up at him and I smile and I say hello. Again, he doesn't acknowledge me. So I was pissed. So I looked at him and I said, you know what? It's really okay for you to say hi. It really is. By the way, I'm a security officer just like you are. So that made me mad. Put all my crap down and I left. I was hot. Well, fast forward to a while later, we noticed that, now I didn't report it, so I'm not saying I'm the reason. I never reported it. There were people working, but I never reported it. Well, sometime later, we noticed, because I go in there often, we noticed that he's no longer security. He's looking rougher. He's out there pushing carts. So we're like, Well, anyway, knows he works carts. Well, we go to Omart Wednesday, and he's outside when we pull up, and he's just staring. I thought he was staring at us. Now, when you're, I was going to go there, but I'm not going to. Anyway, so I kind of ignore it. You know what I mean? I just really do. I try to, okay, you got your whatever issues you have. But it was so blatant that he was staring at me. And he was staring at me so hard that he wasn't even trying to hide it. It was pissing my wife off. Oh, she's not a jealous person. I'm the jealous one. Yes, I can admit it. And yes, I just screwed up and bit half, but I'm trying to tell a story. Any excuse will do, right? So it's pissing her off anyway. So she starts talking loud about how, God, you see that? And I'm dying inside, I'm like, oh my God, let's just go in. Oh my God, just my lunch. So he pushes some carts. I don't know if he heard, but he pushes some carts and he goes in. Well, I'm thinking, okay, it's over. We walk in and he's standing right there. When you first walk in, there's a little coffee shop where they serve those coffees with the pearls inside. There's a couple little tables right in the front. There's a wall here with a little bit of product, and then right there start the registers already. But the first couple they never use because they only keep like 2 or 3 on the other side. But so he's standing right there just staring at me, just blatant. So I turn the corner, and as soon as I step off to the side, she can see that he's like following my gaze or my person. Like I look away, but his gaze is fixed on me. And I hear her, do you have a problem? That's very rude to stare, or something like that. But she didn't use those words. She used other words. I just keep walking. I'm like, oh my God. So when she catches up to me, I said, what'd you say? And she repeated, and I really can't remember verbatim what she said. And I go, what did he say? He just pretended that he didn't hear me, and all he said was, ma'am. But when we left, we saw him, but he didn't, and there was no way he could miss us. He didn't look my way at all. And then yesterday, when my mom went, when I pulled up to the parking lot, I remembered what had happened. And so I started to chuckle, and I told my mother about it. That guy didn't look at me one single bit yesterday. And in German, I told my mom, that's the guy. She's like, oh, him? I said, yeah, that's the guy. He kind of turned this way and kind of noticed me and turned the other way. Oh, excuse me. I felt bad, but I didn't feel bad. Does that make sense? I mean, it was a shame that it had to come to that, but I guess you would have kept on staring, and I don't understand why. You know what I mean? Was it? And I don't play the race card. I mean, I'm half Mexican, half German. He was a white guy. Was it because of that? Couldn't be because he works in an Asian place. You know what I mean? A lot of Latinos go in there. I say a lot. I don't say a whole lot at any time, but still. Is it because he found me attractive? No. No. Well, I don't know what his problem was. I really don't. But it pissed the wife off, and she said something. So, and then fixed it because he looked at me yesterday. He looked at me at all yesterday. So, we got in there. It was like 4 o'clock, 4:30. We got to the counter, and the cashier I've known all the time. Um, this is really salty. I am probably going to save that to put it in the kimchi jjigae. The water and stuff will do it out. So I'm going to finish this because we're at 36 minutes. I can run my mouth even about nothing. And I'm going to have me some kimchi and rice. What's left of the kimchi I have out. And then my kimbap. I have 2 pieces left. Well, my mom will be 75 at the end of the month. My niece from Louisiana wants to come down, take her to dinner, take her to a meal or something, and I'll be glad to see her. Can I tell you? Even though it's so bad for you, it tastes so good. What's that fizz on your tongue? I don't know. I drink beer. Maybe I drink. So anyway, I'm looking forward to her. What are these doing? I look forward to seeing her. One more time on the kimbap. Those carrots in there. That's egg. That white thing that looks like tofu right there. That's a piece of scrambled egg. And there's up there, in that little corner, that's seaweed. And this is the radish, the pickled radish. Mommy Tang says that on the package, it flat up tells you that it causes cancer. Oh, or it can kill you, she said. I don't speak Korean or read it, so. She said in the video that she found one that looked browner. She said it had more natural stuff and it didn't have that warning. So I'm like, oh my god. But, so I'll be looking forward to that. You know, one year when my mom turned 70, the wife and I had a surprise party for her. She was mad. She was hot. She doesn't like surprises, but we had my uncle come, my father's oldest brother come. Well, basically, he's the only one out of my dad's side of the family that stayed close to her. The other ones, I don't know if they could care less or I don't know. I would hate that their heart was that cold, but anyway, he came. Um, Ruth's brother, my wife's brother Dan came, and his partner, and my mom just loves him to death. Um, and then I was telling you about her best friend that passed away. She showed up, and it was very nice because you know how at funerals or memorial services they have all those pictures that they show, of the person's life. And there was a picture that was taken of my mother and her friend in the kitchen. They were in front of the refrigerator, and that made the pictures. So that was really sweet. But she was hot, and she almost gave it away to my mother because she said it was very hard. She would tell their best friend. She would tell my mother everything, and she said that she had to really work at not telling. And she almost let it out because she knew that she would see my mom later in the day because my mother had worked for her earlier in the day. And to get my mother here, I think it was my daughter that said they were going to go do something, but they needed to stop by here so that they could pick up something and then go. And so I think it was either my daughter or my sister. My older sister told her, "Well, Mom, it's going to be a few minutes. Instead of being in the hot car, why don't you just come inside?" "I don't want to go inside. Well, just come inside real quick." So she reluctantly came inside, and she had the birthday party. This is my mom. You could tell she had a little attitude the whole time. It was funny. Okay, last one, y'all. Last one. These are my favorite, the end pieces, because they have those little extra pieces that stick out. Mm. Mm-mm-mm. Mm-mm-mm. Well, I don't know if I should tag this fibro chat. The only thing I talked about was I'm sore, but fibro people get it. And that the article about the gut was, I think, a suggested post, an advertisement. So, um, anybody try the chaga tea? Haven't heard about it. I haven't taken it all week when I really should have been taking it with all the stress that I've had and that I'm under. Um, it'll probably make me feel better. So now I'm tired, and I will move this TV tray and rewatch this and probably not get off my ass. I got the water, so dogs already went out before I started filming because I didn't want them bothering me. Sita already ate, so, and I feel guilty because my daughter's dog, I have to shoo off the couch while this one eats because she'll try to get it. And it's not like they starve. We free feed. Their dog bowls are full. So, but they like the wet stuff, and they just can't have it. And Sita wouldn't get it either if it weren't for his teeth. So, she's in her kennel. It's just right there by me with the door open. So she knows go home. And I didn't tell her to go home. I just told her to get off the couch. But I guess she's a little bit hurt, so she went in there. So she's sleeping. I moved the tray, so she'll be able to come back. Anyway, I hope you enjoyed this mukbang. Enjoyed kind of preparing it, taking the time, and not just throwing it together. And that I waited a couple of days before I filmed again. Um, won't do two in one day again until I know I feel good enough or well enough to do two. I hope everybody enjoyed them in spite of the fact that you could tell that I was feeling like crap. So, but anyway, thank you everyone who's subscribing. Like I said before, the channel's gaining momentum. Wish I had a few more fibro people uh, on here so that I know that they're benefiting from it. But I've got one that says it really helps her, and I'm very grateful for that. I'm glad I could help, which is the purpose of this channel. I mean, I want anybody who enjoys watching people talk and eat to come to this channel. Um, but fibro people, we need a place to connect and just talk plainly. I found out that the other person gets massages, and you can find out in the comments. She did get a massage. She enjoyed it. She explained to them um, her condition, and so they were very careful with her. And she liked it, and she said that she would uh, do another because one of the questions was about massages. That on the pages it says that people do get the massage. Some of them get the Swedish massage, which is the deep tissue massage, and it's very painful during it. But the benefits that they reap for a couple of weeks is worth it to them because they get quite a significant amount of pain relief by doing it that way. And my thing is, I told you about the ball and everything in the back, and it hurts so much that I just don't know if it would benefit me later. So that was the question that I asked, and Miss Mona did respond and say that yes, that massage she got was very helpful to her, and so much so that she looks forward to getting another one. So I may have to look into that. I'm really not sure. But there's a massage called Lomi Massage. It's Lomi, and it's I guess it originated in Hawaii, and it's mostly rhythmic, and it's not so much deep tissue. I mean, I see them press down a little bit, but some of them it's a modified Lomi. So, but the original Lomi massages that I've seen look like those I could enjoy. But I don't know if anybody in this area specializes in it. And massages aren't cheap. So if I'm going to invest in one, I want to make sure that I'm not paying for torture. So anyway, I'm going to let it close here. I'll do another mukbang probably in the next couple of days, but probably won't be in the kitchen, and I'm not sure about a no top. I may try one and see how it goes with the foods I choose, and but anyway, we'll see what happens. Just play it by ear. I just want to let y'all know what the deal was with the microphone that I did try, and sitting right over there, piece of crap. And so anyway, thank you, everyone. God bless you. Positive vibes out to everyone. You have yourself a absolutely fantastic day. It is now 3:28, and I'll review this, and then I'll try to upload it, and by late this evening, it'll be up. Okay? So y'all take care. Bye.